Well, this, you can discuss with the other characters your reservations.
Guys, I'm not so sure about this plan to take ourselves into the middle of a place where people enslave others. People.
Adam, are you there?
Oh,
Are we losing Adam?
I think so. I don't hear him anymore.
I have it ending very.
And there
I
you go.
think it could end very badly for us. Sorry.
I did detect some kind of deceit, but I don't know what it is. But I don't see what other choices we have to finding those people. So.
It's too bad your magic only makes things light on fire. You can't, like, disguise people and stuff.
As a cleric? Oh, you
No.
mean you're talking about... Okay, yeah. I mean, you're talking about Murtaugh.
Yeah. Well, we could try to be sneaky about it and see what options we can find.
Oh.
We could go at least see where the slaves are being held to kind of scout it out. Well, that would still take us there where they are, though. So I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll. If we don't really have any other options, though.
What were we doing going to the hotel?
Trying to find slaves that were.
No, but we were trying to find certain people, right?
Well, yeah, they were
Just-
abducted from the Winter Haven.
That's
region.
right. The guy told us to go and find
Yeah.
people. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was just trying to figure out what the original mission was. Okay.
It's been that long.
It has been.
Yeah, it has been a while. It's true. Huh?
Real life intrusions and all that. We're all parents with kids and things. Can't stay up all weekend shotgunning Mountain Dew and not sleeping.
Playing
You guys don't do
D&D
that
all
anymore,
weekend.
huh?
It wasn't just, oh, we're gonna play D&D. It was nothing we do actually makes any sense, and like, because we're just. I remember like the DMs that ran with us. The stupidest ideas are like adversarial DMing, like, oh, your character can do all these things. Well, I'm gonna make sure that I screw you over somehow, and I'm surprised I still play D&D, or role-playing games, given what I grew up on. Melissa's kind of lucky that she never played RPGs when she was younger.
Well, I played video game RPGs-ish.
Those aren't out to get you the same way a butthurt DM is.
Yeah, the computer's not going to go, oh, you grinded to level 50? Well, screw you. Here's like a super dragon thing. Now you're boned.
Most of the time.
Yeah, computer don't care. But, so yeah, you're looking for some slaves, and you know that the Blood Reavers had them, and you went to the Blood Enclave, and they told you they're not really in the hall, they're based somewhere else.
Yeah, he told us where to go
Yeah.
to find the city, so that's where we thought we were gonna head.
But now, Riggs has some reservations.
Right, but we discussed it out, and we don't really have any other plans. So I'm just going to be extra on alert.
Okay, and what about you, Murtaugh?
I agree. I don't see another option here. I I think subtlety is not our group's strong suit, and I other than subtlety and going in with attitude, I think in this case our best odds are going in with attitude, and that means going through the front door.
Yep.
And Emery?
Oh, I'm all for it.
Okay.
And I will go in the front.
You're going to take point?
I will take point.
All right. Okay. So, are you going to get anything before you leave?
I don't know. We got like 5 mending potions. Yeah, I think we're fine.
Yeah, unless we can find something like a heroic headband that gives me +1 level.
What?
I may or may not have played Munchkin over the weekend.
Hmm.
We've only
This is
played,
Munchkin you speak of.
Munchkin once, but we've played Munchkin Adventure Time several times.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not getting anything and you are just going to head out, then following the Hobgoblin's instructions, after 4 hours of wandering through the halls and
Man, this place is so huge!
yeah, and you also notice that his directions aren't entirely accurate. Like they do help point you in the general direction, but it seems that the passages, they don't line up exactly with what what he told you to do. So maybe things have doors have opened or closed or shifted or whatnot. But so they are helpful, but they're not accurate. So it still takes you 4 hours to get there, but you don't run into anything on the way.
At least there's that.
That's true.
And you come to you round a corner, and at the end of this 50-foot long hall, you see a huge set of double doors that has looks like I need a. Oh, I put them on the fridge. I gotta get
Did you put them all on the fridge?
the wet erase really quick. Symbol that looks like. Okay, cool. So the symbol looks like this. Now this is actually carved in the door, in the middle of this double door, so when they're closed, it lines up.
Oh, I see.
That. But in the center of the circle, you can see that it looks like something's been, like a slit, has been kind of scratched in the middle of it.
Like an eye?
Yeah, it kind of makes it look like an eye, but it clearly wasn't made by the same person because it's all cracked and jagged, and like it was maybe somehow melted into the door. So it doesn't match the style of the actual circle and line chiseling.
Well, I'm gonna peer through it.
Oh, you can't look through it.
Oh.
You have to open them.
Oh. Is there a handle?
No.
I knock.
Okay, you knock on it, and after several minutes, no one answers it.
I'll look for switches? Or a handle of some sort?
Give me a
Push it open.
search check.
What is that again?
Intelligence.
Oh. 9.
Well, you're looking around for you check the door, look on the sides, and on the ground you see that in front of the door, directly in front of it, there looks like there are three rectangular plates.
Okay.
Spaced in such a they're spaced apart, so they're kind of like this, and then this, and then a third one.
And then the door's right here.
The door's right here in front of them. And they're about 4 or 5-ish feet wide.
Like trapdoors?
No, they're like pressure plates.
Oh, and have we not been standing on them?
Well, I didn't know if you're like, well, if you were standing right in front of the door, I guess you would only be standing on one of them at a time.
So let's stand on all 3 of them.
Sure, one on each.
Okay. When you do stand on all 3 of them, the door slowly starts to slide inward.
Like open?
Yeah, it opens inward.
Oh, yeah.
And I can start drawing a little map now. I need to go way over here. Just make sure I have enough room. And, so the entrance is here. Who is carrying the light source?
Me.
Okay. So you can see that a set of stairs into a room with a, compared to the rest of the hall, which had a ceiling that could be anywhere from 10 to 50 feet high, this room is only 10 feet. It feels pretty cramped, the ceiling.
So it's more for like goblins or hobgoblins or whatever.
Yeah. The walls are made out of a kind of a black marble that has these red veins, and at the bottom of the stairs you can see that it's supported by, the ceiling is, even though it's very low, it's still supported by a number of pillars that look like a bunch of, they look to be varying degrees of human-like, but some of them look to be twisted into various bestial forms. And the pillars look like they're a bunch of these people kind of cemented together in a more or less cylindrical shape and then wrapped in chains. But it looks like all to be completely made of stone.
Huh.
The same black marble with the red veins.
And you see there's a door here?
You can see a door at the bottom on the other side of the room, and then over here is this big empty pit. And over here, you see a little wooden table with some stone, like bits of rubble that look like they might be being used as chairs surrounding it. And there is a small flickering candle resting on it. And another set of double doors leads out this way. And there are a number of other columns or pillars in the room.
Oh.
And then as when you get off the pressure plates outside, eventually the door does slowly slide back closed.
Okay. So, which door do you guys want to try?
Doesn't matter to me.
We usually have a lot of luck with the door on the left.
Yes? This one? I don't know which is your left, so I'm just guessing.
Yeah, our camera kind of inverts the image.
Or are you talking about left from the entrance?
Yes.
Aha! So he's talking about this door.
You want to check that one out?
Yes.
It is similar to the one before. It has the same symbol with this gash in the middle of it.
Are they locked?
No.
I'll open them.
Okay, they're the same thing as this door, and so but you do find that you can't actually push it open. It's just very heavy and it moves very slowly. And in here, what do we got? So You slowly push them open, and this hallway is lower than the other one. It's only about 7 feet high.
Oh.
And in the ceiling, you can see that there are a bunch of like metal blades that have been kind of wedged into the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it, I am smudging this.
I need to go upstairs real quick.
Okay. But before you can go through, a voice behind you says, who are you?
Oh, that didn't last long.
Actually, it took longer than I thought it would. What do we see when we turn around?
You see a lone hobgoblin, armed, is holding a sword out, more wary than aggressive. But you only see him. You only see one of them, and he's just looking at you he just looks legitimately curious as to who you are.
Do we remember the name of the hobgoblin we just spoke with 4 hours ago?
The hobgoblin. Hold on a second. They're.
Kurg?
I did. Yeah, Kurt. It was Kurt.
We spoke with Kurg in the city, and he said that we could come and
Yeah. Under the table.
here.
Hold on. What was that? Sorry. A spider just descended from the ceiling underneath the computer. So we're gonna deal with that. Underneath here.
Kill it with fire! Fire is the only way! Nuke it from space!
Thing is stealthy. Ninja.
It wasn't the same one. It's a different one.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's a different one, and it's in the house with the website.
It's happening in our house too. I have bites all over.
Oh.
They're probably actually bug bites, not spider bites.
Oh no, they're spider bites.
How do you know?
They have the 2 little marks, and they don't go away forever.
Never mind. You're probably right. Yeah, you gotta look for the 2 pinpoints.
Oh my god, this is the second spider that just like, as soon as we lost contact with it, it vanished. What the
Unless
hell?
it's under the laptop. Ah, God.
I didn't think you could fit underneath the laptop. It looked like a.
Oh, not there.
Like a.
Could be worse. It could be a scorpion. Those things can flatten themselves down as thin as a credit card. I hate. Oh yeah, they're awful.
Yeah.
They compress themselves and crawl out of the smallest cracks. They infested one of our houses once. It was so bad.
No.
Did you guys ever watch It's Always Sunny?
No.
No.
Probably not. You were gonna make a Charlie quote, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go upstairs.
Okay. Well, that was just friggin' bizarre.
Maybe you've seen things.
No, I saw it just slowly crawled down, and then it crawled underneath the table, and now it's gone. Oh well. So anyway, back to the matter at hand. So what did you say?
We just spoke with Garg a few hours ago, and he said that while their merchandise was limited in the city, there was much more wares to be seen here. He gave us poor directions, but directions that did eventually get us here.
Oh, Kirk sent you. Yeah. Yeah. We keep most of the stuff here. Most of the slaves here, and you'll have to forgive Kirk about the directions. The labyrinth that changes over time. And then he whistles, and then a couple more hobgoblins emerge from behind other pillars, and then he says, "Sorry about the start of it. Can't be too careful. There's dangerous things down here." So, what were you looking for exactly?
Mostly humans.
Really? Well, they're kind of a rarity down here. So they're going to be pretty expensive.
Just shrug.
Is that a problem for you?
Well, it might be a problem for you.
I think we have plenty of gold for us. We're fine. We'd like to see the wares.
Well, I'll take you to our boss, and we'll see. So he actually walks over to this door, and he knocks out like a pattern. And then after several minutes, the door slowly slides open, and leads to a much larger room. I need to draw out. Actually, check my description for this room. So the doors open up, and Emery's still taking point with her torch, and you can see there are a number of what they look like stone benches or pews, but they're quite large, as if they weren't necessarily meant for like a human to use. Like you could still sit on them, but it would be like almost like a kid sitting in a big chair. And there's a set of stairs leads up to a kind of balcony where you can see what looks like some kind of altar, and behind it is a statue of looks like a mutilated, grotesque humanoid whose legs are chained up, and it looks like it's crawling, or it would have to crawl, and its arms are also chained up with spikes that looks like they're digging into its flesh, and its face is covered by this metallic mask. And in front of the altar is another pit. But the thing that immediately draws your attention away from all of that is in the center, as before the altar, is this hovering mass of this spherical, fleshy thing with one eye in the center of it, and these writhing, almost like pseudopods growing from it that also end in other eyes.
Pseudopods. Okay.
Can beholders detect lies? What do their eyes do that?
You don't know. Oh, actually,
right.
Do you know? Give me a dungeoneering roll.
All of us?
Murtaugh, you can do an Arcana roll.
I think I have +3. I need to print this stupid sheet. Is that intelligence?
It's wisdom.
Oh, good. Wisdom. Nat 20! I will take it!
I don't believe it. Unbelievable.
So, I guess, Riggs, how would your character have know so much about Beholder?
When he was training at the fighter college, trying to he thought he was going to be an adventurer and learning the ways of the warlord, it was an interesting. Every now and again there'd be interesting monsters that, this and maybe a rust monster, things that he'd never want to face that he read about, so that if he ever had to, he would know something.
Okay, so fortunately, this one is not a beholder. It's a comparatively smaller and weaker beholder-like creature. It doesn't have as numerous abilities with its eyes, and none of them actually allow it to detect lives.
Yay! Hey, if you ever want an overpowered broken thing to throw at someone in 3rd edition, make a lich that has a zombified beholder hat shrunken down on its head.
Like, back in my 3rd edition days, I was the guy that owned all the 3rd edition books, and I was also kind of the guy that knew all the rules and all the weird stuff. And so I had a friend who said he wanted to challenge his players because a lot of them, I guess, were min-maxers. They like to go to the character optimization forums and, just pick choices on what was the mechanically best thing instead of whatever made sense for the character. So he said, David, can you make me a monster that will actually challenge my party? He actually said, can you make a monster that will kill this party? I think he thought that if at least I made a monster that I felt could kill them, it would at the very least challenge them. So I ended up making a half black dragon mind flare ghost.
Yikes.
And what I told him to do is I said, it can be invisible or something, so have it possess a character. I had the Savage Species book, which was all about playing monster characters, so it had a number of monster feats in there. So it was like a challenge rating, I think 15 creature that it could try to possess a character. They had to make like a difficulty 39 wisdom will save. And if they failed, it possessed him. And so I said, all you have to do with this guy is really, ignore all of his mind flare abilities and just possess a character, slit their own throat, possess the next character, slit their own throat, and just keep doing that. And then if you get in trouble, you just plain shift away and you come back later. Because mind flayers could do that, like at will or once per day or something. So that's back in 3rd edition, it was like if I wanted to really challenge my players, it was not hard to do that because.
See, but I would say that that's different than a challenge. That's killing your players. That's not challenging the players, right?
Well, I'm sure some character optimization character could survive that somehow or do something else weird, but that's really just because of 3rd edition, all the mechanics, they never really work with each other, or at least, you couldn't really balance 3rd edition stuff very easily because there was so much stuff to consider, or someone would go like, wait, this one weird feat from this one weird book interacts in a probably wholly unintended way. Like there was a Eberron Druid class that let you wild shape into a genie and grant yourself wishes.
Oh gosh.
And I don't think when the guy was like, I want to make a Druid class that lets you turn into like angels and demons because a genie happens to be the right type or whatever to qualify for that. And then because you gain their magical ability, it's like, oh wait, I could turn into a genie and wish myself and give myself stat bumps and stuff. Like, I don't think anyone thought of that. But I don't think the guy who made it thought anyone would do that. But then a player was like, oh, you can do this, and it's really cool. And it's like, damn it. But anyway, so the beholder is bobbing around by the altar.
The beholder light.
And, Hobgoblin says, boss, we got some customers looking to buy some humans. And the beholder just all these mouths. It's not just one mouth. There's numerous mouths all around the lower part of the sphere open up, and they, in one voice, say, "Very well. You may leave us." And we will discuss matters. And the hobgoblin bows to it while walking away, and the doors close behind you. And the beholder then says, "If so, you're looking to purchase some humans. I trust you brought I trust you have a sufficient coin.
Indeed, but we'd like to inspect the stock before we make any deals, obviously.
Hmm. First, how much did you bring?
Really?
Yeah.
How about you show us the wares, and then we'll show you what we have.
We're not so neophyte to negotiations that we're simply going to...
Maybe we're dealing with the wrong people here, Riggs. Clearly, our boss didn't send us here with this money so we could, waste his time. If you're not willing to work with us and the people we represent, then we'll just take our business elsewhere. Excuse us.
The people you represent didn't actually send you with any money, any kind of compensation at all.
Okay.
We have sufficient. We have
sufficient for our needs.
We have sufficient money. However, we're not about to just disclose how much we carry so that you can adjust your prices accordingly. We'd rather discuss with you and view the humans first.
Understandable. I only ask because there's only 3 of you, which leads me to believe that whoever you may or may not be working for wasn't fully aware of the hazards of coming here to deal with us.
We're looking to establish a long-term relationship with you as a supplier. We'd like to see the goods. If that's a problem, if we don't return to our boss, he'll just know not to do business with you. This can be a lucrative venture for both of us. But if you're going to give us the runaround and treat us like we don't know what we're doing, then, kill us and let us be on our way. Otherwise, let's get down to business and show us the goods.
I'm sorry. Who do you work for?
If that's on a need-to-know basis, if our boss wanted to come down here and talk to you himself, he would have. Instead, he sent us to negotiate on his behalf. But we would like your decision, and we would like it now. Ooh. No? Yes? Maybe?
I'm going to guess that this is your first time in the Thunderspire at all. I'm also going to guess that you went to the 7-pillared hall. Did you notice anything there on your way through?
Out of character, did we notice anything there on our way through? It's been 4 weeks.
There was an almost complete lack of humans.
Oh, so there's either this is a really hot commodity for the humans, or they just don't have them, period.
I'm the only human among our party, right?
I thought Melissa was a human, no?
Oh, she's a kobold.
She's a kobold, but that's something else you noticed also was absent as well. There might have been one human in the entire hall that you might have seen, but you didn't see any kobolds and you didn't see any Tarkons.
Hmm.
You mean the lack of the races that we represent?
Yes.
What about it?
Well, I mean, so that would be the thing that I guess 4 weeks ago you might have noticed that because I remember saying something to the effect of like there's a lot of dwarves here, there are some goblins, they come with minotaurs and whatnot, but there's not the races that you are accustomed to seeing. It's very, very different. It's like a whole culture shock thing. There were gnolls, there were bugbears, but humans and elves and most types of kobold, those were absent. I remember. Riggs, you made a mention of like, when you guys came here, like, oh my, it was like a whole like all your expectations were just like what, like it was a whole culture shock to you.
Right. So then I would respond in kind. You mean the lack of the races that believe they rule the surface?
Precisely. If you were sent by the Grimmersville clan, they would have sent Duergar. If you represented any of the Dwarven clans in here, they would have sent a dwarf. So that leads me to wonder who it is you exactly represent.
Yeah, I think what you're doing is underestimating our, shall we call him our patron? Because he exactly did not send someone who you would be easily to identify with. If he had sent gnomes, if he had sent certain races, you could easily identify or more quickly narrow down who he might be. Instead, he sent 3 people that would leave you no clue whatsoever of who he is.
And yet you want to establish a long-term relationship.
Well, as our employer likes to say, first we try and then we trust.
Alright, what did I miss?
I think I have a way to ascertain who it is you're working for.
Not the reason we're here. The reason we're here is to see the slaves and see
No. This will work out very well for me. I'll just kill or capture you, wait till your patron, if such a person exists, comes to find you.
No, that's not what he's hired us to do. He's hired us to come in here and take that risk. If we don't return, and he's paying us well, if we don't return, he'll know not to come and do business with you. It's as simple as that. Either you show us the wares... What's that?
How far away from him are we?
You are, I'm guessing, actually, hold on, I do have a map over here, so, you are, you're about 60 feet away.
How far can I charge it around?
30 feet. But he also is floating, he's floating in the balcony, which is actually up, you'd have to go around up these stairs.
Fill me in. What happened?
They were dealing with the Beholder, and he wants to know who you work for, but Murtaugh is giving him the runaround, and he's becoming very impatient. And also those 2 spiders, I haven't seen them again. I assume they've merged with the table, or...
They've merged to become one spider.
With 16 legs. 14 more legs than anything needs. So, you are in this room. The exit's been sealed behind you, and there is a big beholder floating above the balcony, 60 feet ahead.
Like a D&D beholder?
No, it's a different. I'm not a
I'm just saying it looks like one, right?
Yeah.
Is it like the beholder from Big Trouble in Little China? Are we making direct references to the movie now?
Not that thing. It also has more mouths. Here we go. That's silly looking one. But no. Well, I look for this. You can tell me what you're going to try. Or actually, what would Emery do? Okay. He wants to know who you work for. Shane's trying to give him the runner by saying like, oh, we're not going to tell you. We need to see the goods first. He wants to know how much. You want to know how much money you had first, and then they wouldn't tell him. And then you want to know who you work for, and they wouldn't tell him.
Right, they wouldn't tell him how much money we had?
Because you've been told twice that humans are, which you are here to purchase, are a very rare and valuable commodity.
Right, but he didn't say, do you have enough to purchase my humans? This is how much they cost. He said, how much money do you have? And that is the worst question for someone who's in a bargaining position. Like, you don't just tell someone, hey, I want to buy these sunglasses. Well, how much do you have? I have $40. They're $40. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
Well, he's not. He's very incredulous that you actually have enough money to buy anything.
I'm very incredulous that I need to tell him how much money I'm carrying. Why doesn't he tell me the cost of one human?
That's fine. He's a big. He's covered in eyes that shoot magical rays, and Runs his own slaving operation.
He by himself, or?
No, there's hobgoblins, but they call him boss and stuff. So.
Okay, let me think about this for a second.
You think I'm gonna go get the good holder mini? Oh yeah, I have a box of the holders.
What? So what can Murtaugh do exactly in terms of your talent?
Now let's see.
Okay.
I've got the Scorching Ray. I've got an AoE I can do. I've got a Fireball that'll do AoE and ignore armor.
This
Scorching Ray is my most damaging thing. It'll do a 2d6 damage plus Charisma.
You don't have any illusionary things?
No.
He's not a.
I just was curious.
He's not a face sorcerer.
I was just making sure.
So this is what you're looking at, Shane. Rah, 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 rah.
The Beholder.
He looks like very sad. He's very sad.
So what does he want to know again? He wants to know how much money we have.
He wants to know how much money he had, and now he wants to know who you work for, because Shane keeps alluding to this mysterious patron.
Okay.
But now he suspects that you don't actually work for anyone.
Yes, I'm.
Because he also pointed out that you are all races that are rarely, if ever, actually found down here, unless they're on chains.
I'd probably tell him that he's not going to see any money until we get to see what he has, and I'd tell him that we don't work for anybody. We're meeting some slaves for an important project. For an important bloody project.
Give me a bluff roll.
I do have diplomacy.
Yeah, but you're lying to him. You're trying to trick him.
Okay. I want to make sure I don't have any extra. And bluff is charisma?
Yes.
That would be an unnatural 20.
So, you intend to buy them simply to murder them?
Oh, no. Slowly. Very slowly. And they will be doing chores for us as well. We do need them to help us with our rituals.
All of his eyes narrow at you. And he says, all of his mouths, they say,
Now that just looks alright.
very well. I'll show you what we have.
What did I miss?
Hopefully, you can afford them.
Good. I'm glad we could come to at least some kind of arrangement.
We're not there yet.
I know that, but I mean...
What happened?
That's what he says. We haven't agreed to anything yet. So he motions for you to come up the stairs.
Okay.
Wait, what happened? Hangout's closed on me, and I have no idea what happened.
Oh! Well, let's just say Emery got us somewhere.
Yeah. She tricked him into thinking that you guys were going to buy them to
Perform slow, painful, and slavery-type
slow-
rituals.
to slowly kill them.
I am a cleric.
Oh.
after all.
Oh, okay. Well, Nothing says long, painful, slow death like farm work.
Hold on, we gotta do something. Okay. So what were
Did you find
saying?
the spider?
No. Like they're not even waiting for us to
Do anything.
forget they exist before they crawl like onto our faces. They've just vanished. So what were you saying, Rig?
Oh, nothing says long, slow, painful death like farm work.
Well, that was just the lie we told the other hobgoblin. This one I'm using as we need humans for a specific purpose because it's like we need their blood, we need them, we can use them as labor as well, but we need their blood for a painfully torturous ritual.
Blood, sweat, and tears, baby. Farm work.
Oh. Hey, farm work's not that bad.
So the next room over looks like it was a torture chamber at some point. You can see a rack. There's an Iron Maiden.
I'm gonna be like, ooh. I'm just gonna
There's
play
a
the
couple
part.
of hobgoblins in here at a table. They're just drinking and gambling, and then the cell that occupies about half the room are nearly 24 people, mostly male human, some dwarves. There are also some female humans and some female elves, but most of them are male humans, and they're all filthy and ragged. And the beholder gestures with one eye stuck at them. And there you go. How many do you want?
How many are there that we see? You said.
How many are used to painful menial labor?
I don't. No, we don't. That's not really a slave criteria.
Wouldn't you want to rank your slaves, sir?
No, we just capture them, contain them,
You
and then
should at
sell
least
them.
know their background so that they know what they can do.
Oh, do you know what region they're from?
The ones that are the strongest. Pick which ones you want.
Is there a way I can roll to try and figure out who's who?
What do you mean, who's who?
Like, if I can tell if there's farmers that had been captured, or no, there's no way.
I mean, they're not like wearing overalls or anything randomly. Or
Murtaugh, your AOE, is it a distance thing or is it around you?
It's a distance thing. I can throw it.
Okay.
So what I think I know where everybody's going with this. So throw a fireball in the cage and kill all the people in there. That way no one gets any slaves.
That's right. We can have them. Nobody can have
They
them.
tell the beholder, "I'm going home. Screw this."
They're useless.
Are they still able to speak?
You think so?
No, I asked the beholder.
Have we removed any of their tongues? And the hobgoblins are like, no.
Wait, how many hobgoblins are
There's
here?
2.
There's only the beholder and 2 hobgoblins. We are level 4. I think we could do this now. Now that we've found, instead of having to go through a whole spiel and fighting.
So I'm going to kind of look over the humans and ask them, how many of you worked farms and the like before you came here?
Let me see. 11 of them raised their hands.
How many of them total is there?
I would say for the male humans, there are 15 of them. So most of them look like they were accustomed to, most of them were farmers, which makes sense because, as you would learn from the whole Shadowfell thing, that they had gone through and captured people to sell them to Carl. before taking the rest back.
I'm going to turn to the beholder and say, where are your children? Did you not take any children? We're going to be very snobby about this. And we'd be like, how are there not any children here?
What? Why would you want children slaves
Good question.
for labor? It is a good question. I'm asking you this question. Why would you want children slaves?
Because they have small hands.
Very smart.
Small hand. Wait, why do you need small hands for?
Well, sometimes there's...
He has a
You know
lot
what?
of questions.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to know. If you want, I suppose, if you're willing to pay extra, we could try to abduct children in the future.
Then what do you do when you find children?
What do you do when you find children? The Hobgoblin's like, oh, kill them, eat them, walk away. They don't really do anything.
You fools.
Well, they're delicious. Where do you think we got these dice from?
This is so messed up.
The Hobgoblin points at the table. They're playing a dice game. He's like, where do you think we got these dice from?
Their bones?
What? No, they had them. We stole their toys. But their bone... Oh, that's a good idea.
Their bones.
Way to make it worse. Way to make it worse.
Well, I didn't make it worse. I just gave them... And that's fine because they're going to die anyways. In my opinion, I think we could just take these three on.
That's ridiculous. We use their bones for child bone soup. And
Oh my god.
Because it's delicious.
they're so soft and tender. Anyway,
So,
again, how many did you want?
I guess we could see how much it costs, but how about the 11 that raised their hand?
Okay, so 11 at 75 silver a head would be, what, 825? Round down
825 silver.
to... Which I'll round down to 800.
which is 80 gold.
Is
Yeah.
that 80 gold?
Yeah.
Out of character, because I haven't printed my character sheet so I can start tracking my own gold. How much do we have again?
We have 38 gold, 460 silver, and 320 copper.
I actually had no idea which one of you guys had. I was just
I
pulling
know.
a number out of my ass. I thought you guys had a lot, but that might be the Age Worms game I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that is.
So.
We have tons over there. 1 platinum. It's not even mine either.
It was funny because, like, in Original Worm, or it's this game or the other one, where you were like, we have things to spend money on now.
It was this one.
Oh.
Because it says it says chainmail right here. I was doing accounting here, just making sure we knew what we were spending. Oh gosh dang it, sorry.
So if we give him all the money we have, that would barely be enough.
I don't know. I can't. For some reason, I'm just not doing the math on this. So like,
How much gold do you have?
we have 38 gold,
It says 380 silver. How much silver do you have?
460.
That's actually so 540, 840. You have 840
And then
silver
320 copper.
pieces. So 800 and what did I say? 140, 172. You have about 872 silver pieces. So you have enough to buy them off of him if you so chose. But you wouldn't get all of them. You'd get most of them.
I wish there was a barter skill.
Well, there you can use like diplomacy to try to haggle it down.
Oh yes, I will use diplomacy.
But if you actually want to try to in character barter with him instead of just rolling a skill, you might get a bonus on it. For
You
good
mean
role-playing
like talk
purposes.
about? Wait. What?
What you make a case for the haggling.
Oh, no, I was told their tongues weren't cut out.
No.
I'm sorry, that's only worth about 700 silver, in my opinion.
if we
Yeah,
cut their
absolutely.
tongues out, you would pay more.
Absolutely.
See, that's not that.
Hey,
No. We don't need to cut.
Bragog, would you do the honors? And he's like, oh yeah,
Okay.
all right, human tongue soup.
No.
Oh man,
Gosh dang it,
I was
dude.
getting sick of child bone soup. What
Alright,
if we do-
alright.
What if you do a human tongue quiche? We're not doing a human tongue quiche.
You and your human recipes.
No, scratch it then.
What? Okay, Bragog, scratch their tongues.
No. I just ignore what I
And all the humans are, all the people are like, and they all hold their tongues. Well, make up your mind. Do you want their tongues in, out, scratched, cut? Just the tip?
Oh dear.
Ignore what I
What about
said.
forked? Could we get them forked? They can just fork all their tongues?
Trying to think of if anybody else can come up with anything else as a leverage.
Now, mind you, he did mark it down from 800 and something to. He
Just
shaved 25
800.
silver off, you know, like, if you're getting a bulk, you'll still cut like 2 and something silver off of each.
I don't know. Some of them look pretty ragged. Actually, all of them look pretty ragged. Don't look like they have any life in them at all. How long have they been here?
Oh, a couple weeks. Standard malnourishment procedure can't have them rioting and overpowering us, so we do wean them off of food.
Wean them off of food. What do they? They're mortal. Do they eat rock
Give them
now?
some proper nourishment, and you know, they'll
I don't
bounce
think,
back.
I'm not sure if I'll just have enough money to do that, so I don't know if I can handle this.
Well, that works out for me.
Gosh dang it, David, I swear to God, I'm trying to... You mean that he doesn't have to sell them?
Well, I mean, if you say so, that works out for me.
How many people do you come here looking for human slaves?
Oh, lots. As I said, you human. Now, any kind of motions towards Rig. Humans are in a labyrinth. Very, very rare.
Yeah, but who would buy them?
The Durgar, Dark Elves, Minotaurs.
Gosh dang it.
Did you know?
All right, let's just roll diplomacy. Who wants to roll? I've got a diplomacy skill with +3 on it.
Oh, well, I had +2, but go right for it.
You want to assist?
And he, like, snaps to his eye sockets. He's like, oh, and also there's some mages. There's some mages in the hall. They like to get humans from us. Whole area full of demons.
So I got 15 before any extra bonuses from other people helping.
Well, what are you trying to do?
Haggle it down? We obviously not play this game very well.
So true. So
Hey, I
true.
got it to the humans, though.
Yeah, Melissa got you guys. You skipped like the entire dungeon. So 15. You managed. He says. Well, you know, if you want to have a continuous stream of humans, you know, he'll give you a kind of like a first-time buyer discount thing. He'll shave another 80 silver off it, so you're kind of almost getting one of them. Well, you're getting one and some free.
I say we just kill him. Yeah, maybe.
So can I make a survival check and draw from the 20 I got earlier? on identifying the beholder and kind of see if I think we can take him?
What 20 did you get earlier?
That.
You know that beholders are very dangerous and feared for good reason. You don't know. This one seems definitely individually could probably kill any one of you if you were to attack it one on one at a time. If it was one of you by yourself, you're not really sure though. I mean, you've heard about Holy, you've never actually fought one, so it's possible that maybe there's no other. It's only got 2 guards around. Maybe you got a chance.
So, do you really want to?
Well, I guess we won't be able to come back if we try and run away. That's
Well, no,
one risk.
that's the only risk.
That is the only risk. I mean, I do heal, and I added Sanctuary so it says, as long as I have 1 favor, allies next to me gain 1 armor.
Ooh.
I know.
That's new.
Yeah.
What's the if next to you?
Right, yeah, they have to be,
Okay, so you got to be 5
adjacent.
feet. You got to be next to Emery's space.
Well, either that or I need to stick next to people.
Yeah.
Because then we could save a whole bunch of people, including elves.
And what else they have in there?
Dwarves.
Hmm.
No one cares about dwarves though.
Wasn't there a bunch of dwarves that had slaves?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, you know what? What the hell?
What's the signal to attack that I'm certain you guys came up with before you did this? I mean, if Emery's just going to be like, "Fuck it, let's attack," I'm assuming that you guys developed some kind of. And actually, at this point in your adventure career, you guys should have come up with some kind of, if we ever just need to say screw it and kill everything in the room, this is what's one of a, what do you do when you guys are just like, okay, plan's not working, cheese
I got it. I still have my. That would be. Do I still have my hand light?
Yes.
Maybe I end up flickering it 3 times. Flicker, flicker, flicker.
That's weird. Let's just have a catchphrase and say, I think there's another way we could make more coin.
But someone could just say that at some point in a different debate, and then all of a sudden you guys would go crazy. Like if
I could just see you guys in a tavern, and Emery goes to get drinks, and then Murtaugh's like, what if we rob this inn? And then Riggs is like, I think there's a better way we can make more coin. And Emery's like, oh crap, we should just bashing people in the head and burning them alive.
I think it's safe to say that those situations would be different enough that we're not stupid and we'd be able to react accordingly.
We would hope.
You enter a tavern, you rent one big room, and then someone of you talks in your sleep, and Murtaugh's like, better way to make more coin. And everybody just rolls out of bed like, oh god, right now, okay. And just goes room to room murdering people in their sleep.
Okay, I'll agree to the phrase as if we discussed it before we went in. As in, for this situation, that's what we're going to use.
Okay, so
yeah, I'll look into
it. A better way to make some coin.
And then the beholder looks over at you and he's like, "Me too." And then so.
Are you serious? Seriously, David, he wouldn't have known.
No, he didn't know. He was planning to do that the whole time too.
Oh, so that was the deception that I had. Initiation?
Yeah.
So.
Why did I say initiation?
Initiative.
Whatever. Yes, initiative. Thank you.
13.
So my whole plan was whether or not you guys get the slaves or whatnot, like he was just gonna have you ambushed when you left, or hunted you down and killed you guys anyway,
And take all of our coin.
or enslave you. That was his whole plan too. So it all works out.
I got a 3.
How did... What?
I don't have any plus to my initiative, so... See, there's the rolls right there.
I got a 19.
Oh my god, you got a 19?
Just with the beholder. What did the hobgoblins get, I wonder? Not 20. They got a
Are
21.
you serious?
Right there.
Oh my god.
We are hosed, guys. We are so hosed.
Well, it's been fun. It's been real.
So what did you guys get?
I got an 11.
I got a 13.
Okay.
But so who is? There's no surprise around then because everybody was trying to surprise the other.
Yeah. No, I swear to God, that was what I was gonna do. Though, like, I was just waiting for a moment when he would just get tired of your guys' planning and just like be like, okay, you know what, just get him. And I was waiting for it, and then all of a sudden, Melissa's like, this is attack price. I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly what he's thinking too. Like, he'll just kill you guys or enslave you or whatever. He'll take your money and then he'll just put you guys in jail. That was his whole idea too.
That's why I was saying we should be working. I'm way too loud. That's why I was saying we should be working for somebody. If we don't show back up, then he loses all future business.
Well,
I still don't think he would have cared.
No, because you three are like the only people down here of your race that are like actually free, so it wouldn't matter because oh no, he's not going to come down here and do business, whatever they never do anyway.
The spider's in the computer kicking me from the call.
Did it?
No.
No, just you got kicked again.
Yeah, I did. I got kicked again. So I'm blaming the spider. That's what's happening.
Well, spiders. There's at least.
We don't need to be pointing any fingers or legs.
There's at least 2 spiders that we've actually. Well, I saw one. Melissa saw the other one too. So there's at least 2. There could be hundreds more for all we know.
They're out to get me, man. They're out to get me.
They're out to get everyone because spiders are horrible creatures. So.
They're just hungry.
And they're horrible. The hobgoblins are going to attack, I guess, Rig, because you're the most heavily armored guy. The first attack hits for 8 damage. And second attack hits for 5. And now the Beholder is going to zap with some eye rays. So, Emery, you're getting hit for a whopping 3 damage.
Now, did you mention to them that you have to at least take 1 hit, even if your armor covers it?
Yeah.
No.
Because I have a.
So when you take damage, even if your armor would reduce to 0, you still always take 1 point.
And my chainmail, is that 5 or 4 now?
In the other Age of Realms game, we're going to do the 1, 2, 3 armor. So I want to keep trying the normal armor here. So it's going to be armor of 4 because that's what I changed it to.
Okay. So if you're going to do 1, 2, 3, I think you need to give bonuses to reflex of some kind. Because remember, that's how you
was like. I was actually going to do it for like if the armor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was going to change chainmail to be armor of 3. But give you +1 reflex, and have plate mail be armor 3, but give you +2 reflex.
That's interesting.
That way,
my reflex right now is to put it in another game's terms. Right now, in X-wing, a TIE fighter, for example, has 3 hull. It takes 3 hits and it dies. But you have 3 defense dice to protect that hull, whereas like a B-wing has 7 hits before it dies, and it only has 1 health dice. And they last, the B-Wing maybe a little bit longer, but the way it lasts is the fact that it soaks the damage. And so if that's how you're treating fighters and stuff in this game, then they need to be able to soak the damage because my reflex is 11. Most things hit me. I have a harder time hitting hobgoblins than they have hitting me.
Well, the reason, but the difference is like like in our Age of Arms game, Melissa's playing like a rogue, and her armor's like 1.
Yeah.
And she has way less hit points than a fighter does. So she actually goes down. If she gets hit, she'll go down way faster than like even the war cleric. He was packing plate armor. He was just shrugging off hits because he had armor. That was when he had armor of 6, and he was just absorbing damage left and right like it was nothing. And
right, but the rogue should be getting hit less, right? So does she have?
My reflex is 14.
But she lacks the sheer number of points and the damage absorption. So while you'll still take 1 point, even if
right.
Even
Well,
if
it almost seems like her 14 should still be higher too. I wonder.
Well, most like fighter types will have a reflex of like 11 or 12, and that's assuming that they're packing a shield and stuff. So like, and heavier armor also can slow you down and whatnot. So it's like she can still go, move around really fast, and she's not as encumbered as a fighter would be. But that's the thing, like if you feel like your character is too fragile, then we'll reassess the whole how the armor system works. But I just didn't want a character to slap on plate armor and be like, I don't care about most attacks because chances are the DM's only going to roll like 1 damage, maybe 2, against like orcs and such.
Right. Well, and that makes sense that you always take 1, but at the same time, I don't know. It's just.
What's your total wounds and vitality?
So they just went down again in your most recent change. Let me see what they are now. Is that what they are now? 10 vitality, 18 wounds.
So that means that like these hobgoblins on average are going to do 5 damage, which means I gotta hit you 10 times on average, in order to just get through your vitality, which you'll get back as soon as you short rest.
Well, they just did 5 and 8, right?
Yeah. So
the chainmail is 3 or 4?
4.
4. Okay. So I just took 4 damage.
5 damage total.
5 total, not 4?
Well, the first attack was 8, gets reduced to... Wait, did I say chainmail is 4 or 5?
4. Oh, yeah, you're right. So 8 gets reduced to 4. And then... So 10, 18. And then the other one gets reduced to 1. So 5.
Yeah, and I know that's higher than the average right now, but the Beholder just zapped Emery and did 1 point of damage to her.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's it's gonna swing around, but I mean, like basically your character should be safe for, and then also you'll get all those points back, and you still have your armor, so you're gonna have an easier time lasting throughout the day than Murtaugh will with his 1 armor, or Emery will, even though she's got
That's magic anyway.
The what?
Murtaugh spends his health to cast magic.
Well, he can, but he's also got his magic points. Murtaugh, does an 11 beat your will defense?
What's my will defense again?
It's 10 plus your charisma or wisdom, whichever's higher.
Say that one more time.
It's 10 plus your wisdom or charisma, whichever is higher.
My charisma's higher. My charisma is I have +4 to my charisma.
Okay, so your will is 14. So the beholder zaps you with one of its eye rays, and when it hits you, you kind of very briefly feel like a little groggy, but you shake it off, and then he opens up. When he was doing the rays, you notice he closed the eye and the big eye in the center. This one. When he gets done zapping, he opens the eye again. And now it's.
What did I miss?
You got zapped for 3 damage.
It wasn't that before?
That was before left, I guess. So you took like 1 damage.
That's fine. Yeah, I got that.
And then it tried to zap Murtaugh, but it didn't seem to affect him in any way. So you got 2 hobgoblins and a beholder in the room, and I don't know who goes next.
Who was
Me.
first? Oh, yeah, it's Rig, Murtaugh, and then me.
So Rig, do your thing.
All right, I will smack one of the hobgoblins since they're right here, I guess. Probably not, actually.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, well then yes, that's probably not gonna work. But that's okay. Murtaugh's here, and he can throw fireballs.
Does my magic sword give me any bonuses to hit with?
Oh, I don't think it did. It did other things though. It hurts. Oh, it hurts demons and even ghosts normally. That's its, and also it glows when they're nearby.
And that's it?
Well, I mean, there are lots of demons in this adventure, so.
Okay.
That's right. It'll hurt them normally. It ignores their armor too. Like it just cuts through them. So it's not useful all the time, but it will be definitely useful in this adventure.
Okay, yeah, so I got a 6. I need to
Alrighty,
take...
Murtaugh.
Is there an ability that raises my chance to hit? Like, weapon focus or whatever?
When you get level 5 as a warlord, you get a +1 to hit with all weapon attacks.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
I didn't make those talent choices because, playing 3rd edition and 4th edition, most people are going to choose those anyway, so I figured a better way to reflect your character getting better at doing things is to just bake it into the class. That way you don't ever have to choose them. They don't take your choices. Similarly, Murtaugh will get a +1 to hit with magic when he gets to level 5. Which, actually, that's the next level, so... Alright. Speaking of Murtaugh, you're up, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. So, let's roll to attack.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm going to hit him with Searing Scorching Ray. That's my most damaging spell.
Okay.
So, if you're... I'm going to go ahead and roll for that to attack.
Okay.
Well, I already pressed it, so it's a total miss. So
Well,
I
you
rolled
still
a
Still
4.
get half damage.
Yeah.
So it'll do half damage. And let's see what my mana cost is. Let's see, it is 1d4 plus 2. No. Yeah, that is 1d4 plus 2. So I get 6 mana.
Ugh.
And let's see, I get 1d6 damage. Let's see, so
From Scorching Ray, it's just 1d6?
it's 2d6, but I get half, right?
Oh,
Since I
no, you
missed?
roll 2d6 and then divide it by half.
Yeah.
Oh, 2d6, okay. Oh, double sixes. I get 12, so 16 would have been the total, so 8.
Okay. You do feel when you blast him with your fire ray that your magic does kind of start to fizzle out.
Oh, boy.
So, mechanically speaking, you're going to be at -2 to hit this thing when its central eye is open.
So I do miss?
Well, you still do your half damage, but I'm just saying that your character, you can feel that the eye is disrupting your magic, so it's going to be harder for you to hit him when he's looking at you with that eye.
With just my magic, or should I switch over to melee?
No, you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying that if you want to blast with magic, if you you're in front of him, it's gonna disrupt it, so you're gonna be penalized to hit it. But if you can get behind it, you won't have the penalty because he has to actually see your magic for it to work.
But doesn't he have eyes all over the friggin' place?
It's just the
Just
one
the
big
middle.
eye. He has little eyes
Oh.
that look around, but only the big eye disrupts magic.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you could mail him if you wanted to, but you can also just try to move behind him and do that.
Well, let's see. I think I wiped out my mana anyway. I probably have enough for one more hit, one more attack.
Okay, so Emery, 2 hobgoblins and a beholder. What are you doing?
What's closest to me?
The beholder, since you were talking to him.
I'm hitting him in the eye.
Smacking right in his middle eye.
Yep.
Yes.
That's a 6.
It fell on the floor.
Oh,
and
come
I know
on.
you re-roll your floors. That's right.
I get a 1d4 too. So hold on here. So we get 5 damage.
Okay. So you smack him in the eye, and he actually does close it for a bit. He closes it to avoid you blinding him permanently. Back to the top, the 2 hobgoblins are going after. One's going to go after Emery. One's going after Murtaugh. So Murtaugh, one's going after Rig, and one's going after Emery. Rig, the one misses you, but Emery, you also miss as well. Beholder is going to zap Murtaugh with a different eye. 18. So Murtaugh, you are stunned, which you can't do anything on your turn. You have to make a wisdom check to try to shake it off. And this other eye is going to
Okay, we'll have
zap.
to roll.
How many? You're having him use eyes?
Yeah, little pew pews.
Oh my god.
So you take 4 damage, Emery. And let's see if he's gonna open this big eye. He's not. So he's still got the big eye closed. Now, Rig.
Hobgoblins?
They already went.
Oh.
They missed. They whiffed.
Okay.
They missed. 17.
Ooh, that's it.
Six plus something.
Something?
It would be plus your strength.
4.
No.
4? Okay, so...
So 10 damage.
Okay. And that one is horribly wounded but still standing. Murtaugh, make a will check. So D20 plus 4.
D20 plus. I don't have that extra will you're talking about, but I'll roll with it if you want.
Well, your will defense is plus 4. I mean, it's 14,
Okay.
so it's actually you would roll D20 plus 4 because that's your charisma modifies it. So
I
I
am
guess make a
crushing it
charisma check.
tonight because I rolled another one. So
Oh my god.
another okay.
I'm going to go with I lose.
Okay, so Emery, what are you doing? Bashing the one that Rig hit, or are you going after the beholder again?
I'm going with the beholder.
Okay.
I'm gonna smack the senses out of that eye. I'm gonna just
Okay.
beat it.
Nope. He bobs away from you. Rig, Goblin misses you. Emery, Goblin hits you. 7 damage. And the Beholder is floating away, and he's going to zap with 1. He's slowly drifting away. He's going to zap with the Emery with the eye. Emery, another 4 damage. And Rig, you are taking 4 damage, and you're -1 to hit until the start of not this turn, but the one after that.
Who's taking damage?
Rig.
I'm guessing we're near each other.
Oh, yeah. So
Okay, so add an armor to your
armor.
Yeah, armor.
So you take like 1 damage then.
And so he eyeballs zapped me?
He zapped you with one of his eye rays, and it makes you start to feel a little groggy. Like you feel very exhausted.
What does that do mechanically?
You're -1 to hit and make like physical skill checks for 1 turn.
Okay, how far away from me is he?
He is about, what's his speed? He's about 40 feet away now. Or actually, this room's not that big, so let me look in the room. He is probably about actually only like 15 feet away.
Okay.
And it's now your turn.
Oh, it's now my turn? Yeah, I'm going to charge him. Forget this hobgoblin.
Eyes to death.
13.
Just missed. His reflex is 14.
For a caster.
That stupid -1.
Oh.
Murtaugh, make your charisma check again, but you get a +2 to the bonus to it, so it's actually D6 or D20 plus 6 now.
I just got a call from my mom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will roll for Murtaugh. So he shakes it off this time,
Can
and
he do anything?
I haven't really thought about how that would work. I will say yes. And, well, now I don't know what he can actually do. I'll skip him now, then when he comes back, he'll do something. So, Emery, you're up.
Okay.
Going for Hobgoblin or Beholder?
Beholder.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my healing him real quick. You know, I'm going to chant and whatnot. 10?
No.
Of course not, because it was supposed to be 14.
Hobgoblins are pressing the attack. Emery, 3 damage. Murtaugh's back on his feet. They're going to attack him next, and I don't know if I actually hit him next. I don't know what his stats are. So I'll bank that for now.
Only 3, so.
Beholder is going to miss with its sleep ray, and it will nat 20 Emery with its eye ray, so
Jesus.
10 damage to Emery.
Okay. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. You said 10?
Yep. Rig, you're up.
Stupid Beholder.
-1 for the healing hand. So.
Oh, so I'm not at -1 anymore. So 14.
That's a hit.
Does this thing count as a demon or anything? Does my sword do mean things to it?
No.
Bummer. Well, I'll take 12 damage. That'll do.
Ouch. And
It'll be Murtaugh.
it would be Murtaugh, but I don't know what he can do. So, Emery.
I thought he had a spear and stuff.
Oh, look, I'll have him attack with a spear, because I know what that does. So he's going to spear attack it, and he will hit it. I need a D10.
Or D10.
It's a D10, but it's a reach weapon.
Alright, give me a second.
What's his strength? Is strength +2?
What?
His strength's like, what, +2?
Maybe. That is not
No,
a
just get a normal D10. I don't care. It's
Okay.
fine.
Throw a couple out here.
Never know. 7 plus... I'll take 2, so 8. And Emery, you're up.
My ear is hot. I have a hot ear, boy.
Quick.
Anyways, yes, I'll hit.
Ooh.
Okay, there we go. 6 and 2, 8 damage.
Okay, so
Right at that middle eye. I'm just
yeah,
aiming
you
at it.
splatter it, and the creature just slumps back to the
Really?
ground. Yep.
I killed it?
Yep. You got
Kill stealer!
you
Kill thief!
You just killed it. It had exactly 37 points and 1 armor, 8 damage.
I'm gonna shout, who else wants some?
Both of the other hobgoblins, they just dropped their weapons.
Sweet.
And one of them's like, I can't believe you killed him.
Well, I can.
Well, thanks.
Why? I thought you guys were all
Buddy.
together. Yeah.
No, he showed up a while ago, killed our leader, took over the operation. Well, you probably don't know how it is, but that's how it was.
Does that mean you guys are still gonna go back into slaving?
Well, of course, but figure at least we could do is you can take all the humans.
Yes, we will be okay with that.
We
Right?
will? We don't want everyone in here?
Wait, we do have the advantage, don't we?
Yeah. How about this? We're going to take everyone in here, and both of you are going to lead us out of here, and we promise to protect you from monsters that we meet on the way and not kill you when we get outside.
Give me an intimidate roll.
What would that be?
Charisma.
Oh, okay.
Charisma, 19.
Ooh.
They grudgingly accept this offer.
Why don't you also give us your weapons, and then that way once we lead you outside, we can give them back so you don't have to worry about walking back into here with monsters.
Taking us away without any other hobgoblins.
Yes, that too.
Yeah, they pretty much have to because one of them is heavily wounded.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to lead you out of the labyrinth in its entirety, or just to the hall?
Oh, just the... Oh.
Out of the labyrinth. Yeah, out of the labyrinth.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh,
In fact...
We'd have to go through the city, though, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's toughy. Actually, we want to set a whole thing up. How do you guys usually transport your slaves?
Dire wolf-drawn carriage.
Aha, so that was you. Then that's how we're going to take them back out.
Well, we don't have them here. The other ones took the cages out to go slaving.
I guess we could pretend like we still got slaves. We could just tie rope, like a rope line, you know.
Well, we could sweeten the deal and offer them gold if they don't squeal and get us in trouble at the city.
Would it work?
They would want... So, in exchange for guiding you out, they're going to want, and, relinquishing all of their slaves and guiding you the whole way out of the labyrinth. That's
and not being
losing
killed.
their heads.
with,
Not being
yes,
killed.
but also, without, avoiding trouble. It's a hazardous job, so they're going to, at least they're going to ask for the original price for the 11 human slaves.
Really?
Escorting nearly 30 people out is a very dangerous job.
Oh,
When are those dire wolves supposed to be back?
They don't know.
those people would attack us. Let's be honest.
They could be out for weeks or months. It just depends on, where they travel to.
Adam's asking who would attack us.
Oh no, I think he's saying when the people come back, they would attack you.
Oh.
I think.
I
Yes.
guess my question is, if we try and pretend like we bought a bunch of slaves going through the city, would anybody attack us?
You are actually not sure because you've only been at the city exactly one time and you didn't linger very long. You kind of just when
If you
they're-
make trouble in the city, don't the Minotaurs attack you?
Yeah, but we didn't make any trouble. We aren't inside the
But
area.
if someone is in trouble for us in the city,
That's true. They would be in trouble. So it's just the labyrinth that we would have to worry about when we get past that Minotaur. Sorry.
how about 40? Would they be willing to take 40? Or the
40
36 we had?
you need 40 gold pieces.
Yeah. Or 36 gold and 40 silver or whatever it is?
About half the asking price.
Yes.
Yeah. It's better than nothing, and they get to keep their heads, as you said. So they will accept that. Again, still grudgingly, and will guide you to the seven-pillared hall. That journey will be. Actually, let me roll to see how long if anything happens in the way.
Are
Nothing
these
But on the way from the hall to the outside world, that's going to be a different case. So
Obviously.
we'll pick that up, I guess, next week when Shane's back, because there might be encounters on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we're bringing their weapons with us, like I said.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you might get ambushed by like some other.
Something
Because
else.
you have like 24 civilians, and they're all going to need food, because you might be trapped in here for like another day or something, and they can
Right.
get attacked by monsters or picked off. So
Yeah.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is I'm making a big show of bringing their weapons, of showing them that I'm keeping my end of the bargain. Like, I'll count out their fee and put it in a separate bag so that they know that they're getting paid. Like, this is legit here. Like, we're going to be business people.
Yeah, no,
I'll
I
even
gotcha.
give them one of our healing potions.
Oh, okay. Well, they're still. I mean, they're happy in the sense they're getting something, but I mean, they're still losing a lot of money, and they're still.
They're not losing their heads.
Yeah, no, they're not losing their heads. So I mean, they're a little bit
Right, no.
of that. They're still a little pissy about
Right. I understand. I'm just trying to make good on our end of the deal. Like yeah, this sucks. But here, look, I'm not gonna screw you over anymore. This is the deal we've made. I'm making it. Everything on my end is gonna be on the up and up. Like, we're making a business deal. I'm gonna see this through for you guys. Look, I'm bringing your weapons. Like, if we get attacked by a giant horde of
Then they can
spiders,
help.
and maybe we'll even give you your weapons back in the cave and call it good. Whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha. So next week we'll be leaving the hall, and that's all there is to do here. So I think I have a way to hook everything back up so it doesn't seem too, what do you call it, forced or fake or lazy or something.
I don't feel like any of us are fake or lazy. We came, we saw it, kicked its A.
Well, there's like the whole adventure, all told, has like basically 4 or 5 things you can do. And I got a way to I think I got a way of making it work. So I'll do that. We'll do that next week.
Okay.
And that way we can. Shane will be here for that. Experience points. So. Okay, so 12, 42. Oh, is this one
Hold
for
on.
everything, or is this the
No,
points?
this is the point.
Okay, so 42.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
So for rescuing the people, that's going to be. We'll get into the hall. Well, that rescue yet, so never mind on that. You get 42 for beating the hobgoblin and the beholder, and another 6. So you get 48 for talking your way past the first hobgoblin, killing the beholder, subduing the other 2 hobgoblins. So that's 48, and I guess that's it. That's all you guys did so far.
I talked my way into.
I'm not figuring out how to get in the door.
That's
Oh,
right,
that's not really an experience point.
No.
It was really simple. The idea was that you're supposed to actually like step onto a plate, kneel on the second set, and then put your hands on the third one, like kind of supplicate
God.
yourself. There's a whole reason for that.
But I
We
did
cheated
talk,
just by
I
having
talked
Make a
everybody
religion
stand.
check, actually.
Right now?
Yes, I forgot to have you make a religion roll when you saw the symbol.
18.
So this sign is a sign of a really old god called Torog, who's also known as the king that crawls. He's punished by other gods, and so they tied him his legs out so, and they cast him into the earth. That way he's forced to crawl around, and that's why you have the whole. That's why one of the ceilings is really low with the blades. You gotta.
Oh, okay, because you gotta crawl, huh?
Well, also this place was built by minotaurs.
I see. When's our next level up? Is it 500?
Let me look.